Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomats YouTube channel. You got your boys here, Lanny and Bert, the Dividend Diplomats. Boy, oh boy, do we have a fun one for all of you today. We've heard some of the feedback that we want to hear about some new stocks. We want to hear about some companies that might be undervalued gems that aren't really well covered. Well, today, Lanny, we got a $4 billion market cap company that is a dividend aristocrat. Guess what, Lanny? They're also trying to make a major play in the AI sector right now, and it is working because this stock is up, but still showing signs of undervaluation today.
Smash that subscribe button. Give us a nice thumbs up here, guys. Show your diplomats some love. We're not even at 20,000 subscribers yet, which is, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense. So help us help you. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get this channel rolling here. But yeah, Bert found and stumbled across a dividend aristocrat stock, a dividend stock that I don't think anybody has talked on YouTube here about it. And the question we're going to ask is, do you guys think this stock is a stock to buy right now? We're going to dive in, obviously using the DD, stock screener with the PE, the payout, the dividend growth, as well as dividend yield. But Bert, how did you even find this stock?
Yeah, well, we're a part of Seeking Alpha. There we'll write some articles on there from time to time. Articles from our blog will pick up on there. So we have their premium access. We could put a link, diplomats, down there if you like this, if you find this helpful. Seeking Alpha publishes screeners, they publish lists, and they have one that I was stumbling on this weekend called the Seeking Alpha Top Quant Dividend Stocks. And this is classified as stocks with a high quant ratings for dividend safety, dividend growth, dividend yield, and lastly, dividend consistency. So,
That
assuming,
dividend on rating.
yeah, never really looked at it before, so we scrolled through the list and this was in their top 10. And you know what? This stock actually it looks kind of interesting. And you'll see why as we go through the metrics. So it was worth peeling back. It was worth learning more about them, seeing what's happening with the company, and seeing if it should be shooting up our dividend stock watch list as well.
Bert's like, I just want to know what this stock is all about, guys. Isn't that what you guys also want to know? He doesn't own the stock. This guy doesn't own the stock. And I can guarantee a majority of you guys do not own this dividend stock. So Bert found it, Seeking Alpha, top quant dividend stocks. As the T still goes here, again, one of the world's largest publishers and leaders in research, learning. Think about your textbooks, your ebooks right now, guys. And it's all about trying to keep that content fresh and almost requiring consumers, whether they're businesses or retail consumers, to have to buy the product.
Yeah, and there's a third consumer that we're going to be getting into here in a second that we'll come back to in a second. Today, we are going to be talking to you about John Wiley and Sons, ticker symbol WLY. You're absolutely right, Lanny. Publishing company. They publish textbooks, e-content, continuing ed. They help researchers. Their customers can be businesses. They can be universities. They can be high schools. They are everywhere. They are one of the few major publishers that are left. And once you saw that, Lanny, you're like, oh yeah, all their textbooks. We're used to buying it. There aren't too
Yeah.
many people that are involved in the sector. What's interesting though, Lanny, it's not just about reaching people and reaching businesses and reaching professors. We talked about that third company, and that's a part of their major push and their major initiative, and probably why they're up so much. The new revenue stream and one of their key focuses going forward is taking advantage of artificial intelligence. And this one caught me by surprise, but it makes all the sense in the world when you peel back. Because what's the one thing that people are talking about as they're working through ChatGPT, generative AI, and everything else is how do you know the information is reliable? How do you know that the research is strong? For AI to work, for machine learning to work, you got to feed it with information. So why wouldn't the publishing company license all of its data to feed these models so they can learn and grow? And oh yeah, these people can make some money in the process while they're doing it.
Since the research has already been done and validated within the Wiley information database. Okay, I see here. So that's the play. It's not really creating the AI, but it's just selling themselves to the AI.
Pretty much. Yeah. And that was it. We'll put the slide up here from that. They're highly valued for training generative AI large language models. They have learning content rights project for a large tech company, learning and research content project for another large company that's contributed over $40 million so far in the fiscal half of the year. That's just the tip of the iceberg here. So they're trying to figure out how they can do this. And there is an also, this slide has a third bullet point, new AI powered research integrity detection tools. So people in universities that are trying to figure out, are your students plagiarizing? Is this all generative AI? You might as well go to the source and help them figure out, yes, there are tools to detect it to see. So there's a lot of potential for how they can be used without being building generative AI themselves. I thought that was a fascinating push for the company.
Very interesting. Yeah, very interesting push. Obviously, we've had a lot going on as well, divesting a lot of non-core assets. They've finished two divestitures right now with University Services and Wiley Edge. One is in progress, so financials are kind of mucky. But they're in this huge cost savings program right now, aiming to save $130 million. They're at $90 million at the moment, so they're almost there. Again, this is where their latest earnings release was kind of skewed with a lot of this activity that's going on. GAAP revenue was down about 11%. Again, they divested two businesses. So when you adjust it and compare it on an apples to apples basis, revenue is actually up on that adjusted, our favorite word, on that adjusted basis, guys. GAAP EPS obviously was the same thing. But when you adjust it, they're actually up 2% on their adjusted EPS of $1.21.
Interesting. There's a lot of noise going on right now. So as they're investing and they're getting involved with AI, it's going to cost a lot. They're going to get a lot of revenue. It's going to be timed differently based on the projects. They're also competing against that noise of slimming down with cutting costs. So the financials are mucky. So this is one where you kind of have to rely on those adjusted numbers as much as Laney and I like to make fun of them too as we go
Yeah,
through.
this one seems a little bit more legit to do that just because if they don't have the cost and revenue from those divested operations, sure, take them out from this, take them out from that. What does this company look like going forward? I'm okay with that here.
This one makes sense. So let's run them through our screener. Let's see what's going on here. Prices as of August 16th, Friday. We're recording this on Sunday, the 18th. The price that we're going to use here is 45.84. Earnings per share of $3.40. PE ratio is 13.48. So pretty undervalued compared to the S&P 500.
Hell yeah, there's a little bit of value there, brothers. But yeah, dividend $1.41 over the course of the year, obviously broken out over 4 quarters. Dividend payout ratio therefore under 50%, actually under 42% at 41.47%. So smack dead in that 60 to 40% range that we like to see there. Plenty of room to pay, plenty of room to grow.
That's right. And we already know they're a dividend aristocrat. We've teased that from here. They've increased that dividend for 31 years. Dividend growth, though, is not their game, Landy. Their
Wah,
5-year
wah,
dividend growth
wah.
rate is only 1.07%. It's dismal, their dividend growth.
Terrible. What's going on with that? Come on, man. Come on,
Yeah.
Wiley. Reward
Yeah,
back your students here,
that's right. So
aka shareholders.
yeah, so their yield is over 3%, still yielding over 3%, but man, that is a dismal 1% dividend growth rate to go with it. Not the dividend factor you like to see.
Yeah, stock is up 47%, up 26% since last year, up only 8% since 5 years ago. So really, it's all coming in right now. So the question is, Bert, 4 billion market cap, getting into the AI space, divesting some probably non or non integrated businesses or non high performing business units here. Wiley and Sons, ticker symbol WLI. Is this a stock to buy in your portfolio right now? Or are you even watching this?
I'll watch it and see what's going on. I think it's interesting. It's an interesting play on AI. It's an interesting way for the company to stay relevant. I like that they're even diversified within the education. They're not just college textbooks. They're not just one thing. They touch everything. People are always going to need continuing ed. People are always going to need development. That part's not going away. And if they can be a huge um, piece of the generative AI models and help feed for integrity, that's going to set them up for a lot of licensing revenue into the future. I guess here's the one question I have though, Landy. This is the part that I don't know. So I would love if somebody else gave an opinion on it. Are you kind of just like feeding the, what is it, the expression like feeding the devil here? Because you don't need to scrub this information more than once, right? So is it like, are you just selling out to get some revenue from these generative AI models, and then once they're done with you, they no longer need you? They're just like extracting your resources and moving on to the next thing. Are you setting yourself up to get knocked out in the future?
Well, we'll have to see what that contract looks like. Maybe it's like a 15, 25-year deal where like, hey, every year you'll pay X. Who knows?
Yeah, but so that's about it, everybody. Let us know what you think of John Wiley, ticker symbol WLY. Do you agree? Are you watching? Are you not buying like the two of us? Let us know what you think, and also let us know if you've used some of those other tools before, like the top quant dividend stocks on Seeking Alpha to help you do your research as well. It was new to us. It was kind of fun to go through a stock we haven't talked about.
Hit that subscribe button, guys. Like this video if you haven't already. What other stocks do you want us to analyze? Let us know in those comments below. And Bert, what's one more thing we got to tell the community out here?
You're either with us or you're against us, Jack.
That was Bert, the Hurt, and Lanny from the Dividend Diplomats. Over and out.